Hey girls, Maria Menounos here, author of the Every Girl's Guide to Life. Want to know my best tips and secrets for organization, travel, weight loss, beauty, fashion, and everything else in between? Go to bing.com/Maria and pick up my new book, The Every Girl's Guide to Life.
You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, this is AFTERBUZZ TV for The Borgias. Tonight's host is Maria Kanellis. Joining Maria will be AFTERBUZZ co-hosts Michelle Macedo and Phil Svitek. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Borgias news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And...
Buzz continues. Maria Kanellis. I guess Rich didn't feel like doing the rest of the intro.
Yeah, that was it, and we're done, and that's
Tammy.
it.
Right? Totally missed me. That's okay though.
You know, well, it's
Well, way to
very
blow
nice
that
to have you
supplies.
here. Very nice to have you here.
Thank you.
That's
Well-
my mom's name as well.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's hold off on Tammy because I'll explain Tammy. But
Oh,
We'll
all
explain
right,
you.
fine.
we got a lot of curveballs
Okay,
apparently from
fine.
Jesse in the booth tonight.
Well, geez Louise over here with this attitude. Make sure you pick up Maria's book. It comes out on Tuesday. It has lots of very, very cool stuff,
It is
including...
a fantastic book.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, cover to cover. I'm not kidding. I read it.
Yeah,
And
it's really amazing.
fantastic. It's really, really good.
It's got fun stuff for girls.
Really
Maybe
does.
guys, too. You know, why not?
I've read it. Jesse's read it. It's quite good.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot.
Workout stuff, travel stuff.
Yeah, Phil can do my makeup now.
I
Oh,
can do. See, now I'm
sexy.
powerful. When everyone comes into the studio, I know. Okay, did you put on foundation? No, you didn't.
He just learned the terms.
No, you didn't. Nice. So make sure you pick up Maria's book on Tuesday. Fabulous. So this week in the Borgias, season 1,
Well,
episode 3. Yes.
So
go
I
ahead.
said I would get to Tammy.
Okay.
So, you guys felt that I was not smart enough to co-host with you guys. Tom Dentrinas is not here with us. He is on leave this week.
Mhm.
He will be back, of course.
Mhm.
So they decided to under my behind my back, I guess is the term,
Mhm.
get Tammy, recruit Tammy. Those of you who have listened religiously to AfterBuzz know her from our Beyond Scared Straight edition. She always has a smart take. I clearly do not. I proposed that in order to save at-risk teens, they should become pregnant so that they have
become
responsibilities in
parents
their
as
lives.
teens. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So
advice.
Good thoughts.
so with that, I take my leave. Oh, and one last thing. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night for Tough Enough with, we'll be interviewing Kevin Nash, his first exclusive interview since signing on with the WWE once again.
AFTERBUZZ TV exclusive.
Yes, and so now I leave it to the...
Spoiler alert! Spoiler
I didn't
alert!
spoil anything.
Spoiler alert!
What is being spoiled?
I don't know. Apparently, you guys are way too smart for me. So I'm gonna leave it with you guys,
Thank
listeners. You're
you.
in good hands. For those of you watching, they're lovely ladies. I mean, I'm clearly not attractive, so there you go.
Thank you,
Philip.
Phil.
I'm at
Goodbye.
least you know.
Bye.
Oh, well, goodbye. See you later. You know, we're still here.
I can hear him start to cry.
Yeah, he's crying a little bit. you
That's
know.
okay.
Yeah, well, it's not his fault he didn't watch it. Did I say that? Oh,
Oh.
okay. So, season 1, episode 3, The Moor. Does anybody know why it's called The Moor?
That's the term for the brother
Moorish.
from Constantinople.
Oh.
Oh, the Moors.
The Moors.
Yeah.
The Moors.
And
Okay.
they took over Spain, right?
Honey, please don't test me on history.
Okay.
They took over Spain.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah. Well, it's true, but that's all that I can tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, that's all right. So last week they started us off pretty well with everything. They gave us lots and lots of information, but kind of an easy storyline to follow. The brother and sister, they really like each other a lot more than brother and sister.
Really like.
Yeah.
They're like faves, brother and sister. Like, you're my favorite.
Super favorite.
Yeah, super favorite something. And then we have the Pope, who, for some reason, whenever he puts on the crown, gets very, very, emotional. This man, I was watching it in this episode as well. Whenever the crown goes on, he's very emotional about this.
Yeah, it's some sort of possession.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he truly believes it at that point.
Yeah, he's channeling something crazy.
It goes in through the cross at the top of the crown.
That's why it's
just
so
like
high.
that. Yeah, it's just in there. 3 crowns, actually. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I think they said it with their tagline: "Sex, power, murder, amen." That is their tagline.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Great tagline.
It's amazing.
Whoever thought of that should get a raise.
It really
Absolutely.
just covers everything.
Yeah.
Someone at Showtime is very smart.
Yeah.
Or maybe they just stole it from something else and we just don't know about it because they didn't have the money like Showtime did.
Yeah. So true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what'd you guys think of the episode?
Go.
Yes? No?
I thought it was awesome.
Okay.
It gave me what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I could have used a little more of the brother-sister thing. And then when I thought that,
kind of missing that a little bit.
Yeah. I see, last episode, they just laid it on thick.
Yeah.
So in this, I really wanted that. And then I thought that I was sick for wanting that.
Yes.
But now
Don't
I
you
just said
think-
it out loud.
Don't you think that they did it on purpose?
Yes,
I think they
totally.
did it on
They're
purpose this week.
you want more. You want more. They totally did it on
Always
purpose.
leave them wanting more.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're 2 beautiful people that it's fascinating to watch them, and it's that sort of voyeuristic kind of what is going to happen here?
I know.
This is fascinating.
They're getting
I
super
need to know
close.
more information. Yes.
Super. The tension is
Yes.
building. The suspense. I'm
And
just
they're
like,
getting
Yes.
so close to kissing tonight.
oh yeah.
Oh, but they did that in first week as well.
They get so close.
Yeah. And they
And-
love whispering at each other. They're like, I'm going to whisper this close to you so you can smell my horrible breath because we don't have toothpaste.
Or toothbrushes or anything.
Yes.
And my teeth are black in real life.
In real life. Yes, but in this, they are beautiful and pearly white.
Yes, so beautiful. But she's always like, what would you do if I married someone or I did this with someone? And he's always like, this is what I would do.
I would kill them, cut their
Yeah.
heart out, and serve it to you.
Exactly. Apparently.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yummalicious.
Really hot.
Right?
Really
yes,
hot.
delicious. I mean, what do you think that they were trying to show us when the Colonel...
The Colonel. Wait a second.
how do you
Sanders?
say it? The
Cardinal.
Cardinal. I have to get this in my head. When the Cardinal went to Naples.
Oh, that was really intense.
Yeah.
But obviously the Cardinal had a different, everybody has their own agenda.
Yeah.
So he went there to Naples. Then that really weird,
He was trying to make an alliance.
with that really weird guy.
Yes.
I kept laughing and being crazy.
Prince Alfonso.
Yes. And that old guy that's
Deaf.
Deaf.
And seemingly not very much alive.
Not present.
Not
yeah,
alive.
Certainly not present at all.
I was
Yeah.
like,
No.
he's gonna die or he's already died.
So this Prince Alfonso is going to be the next ruler, and he's just laughing and crazy. Could you
Crazy.
imagine growing up with that kind of
No.
father?
No.
Insane. The actor that plays this is Augustus Pugh, which he was in About a Boy and also Charlie St. Cloud. I
Oh, he
thought
was the child in About a Boy?
I think
He
so.
must be.
He must
Wow.
have been the boy.
Yeah, he kinda
always
had
thought-
the same hairdo.
Yes.
And he has the blue eyes or whatever.
Right.
I thought he was
Wow.
very good
Good
playing
for him.
very
yes.
crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, he really was. I was impressed.
Yeah, very compelling.
Mhm.
Very compelling.
Yeah,
That's-
he was.
I always wondered what would happen to his career. And About a Boy, I was like,
Right.
is he gonna
Is
come
that
I
a
back?
always
one-hit
wonder about
wonder
that.
kind of thing?
If they're gonna go off the deep end and all
Yeah.
of a sudden be drug addicts and
Yeah.
crazy, or
Yeah.
if they're gonna continue on with their craft. And
Yeah.
he obviously has.
Yes.
So
He's awesome.
congratulations, you.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Good for you, dude. Call in.
Yeah, call in, talk to us.
Say
Please.
hi.
Hi. And then the Last Supper scene.
Yes, the Last Supper scene. Fascinating.
Fabulous.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Can you imagine how that room must smell when you
I know.
walk
I thought
in?
that he was like this.
I'm so
covered his
glad
mouth.
there's no smell-o-vision with this show because everything reeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. And
with
I don't know
incense
how long they've
over
been
it,
dead.
you know? Just incense burning over everything.
And
but
So
the
what do you
underlying
think
reek
his
of
point
death.
was in that? Like, was it his enemies he was killing off?
Yes, he was
killing
the
off his enemies.
his adversaries.
Yeah.
They said his adversaries.
but making them
enemies.
disciples.
Right.
Yeah. And then he said he
Fabulous.
hasn't found his Judas yet. I was like,
Yeah.
Does that make him Jesus?
That makes him Jesus's right hand man. Oh, that makes the dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess
The
so.
king?
Mm-hmm.
The king would be Jesus, but
That-
why would he
fancies
surround himself?
to be Jesus?
Because
Yeah.
he's
why would he surround
super
himself with that?
narcissistic seeming. He seems like
Yeah.
crazy, so he would think that he's Jesus. Like,
No,
Very-
but I have a question. Do we really believe that it was the king who
No.
stuffed it's the son, the prince
Has
who
to be
stuffed
the
the
son.
bodies, right?
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
So what is it? An extension of the fact that his father is almost dead. So
Mm-hmm.
let me also surround myself by more dead people.
Well, it's just a power trip, I think.
Yeah,
more
it's
than
a
anything.
control.
Look at what I can do. I can kill people, and I can do something as vicious and vile.
Yeah.
as stuffing
And
them
tan
put
their
them on
skin
display.
Yeah.
and make
Oof.
them
and like laugh at them and show them to you and like not be affected at all.
yeah
Because if he has that power, he also has power like in the hierarchy of royalty, but also in life, he has control over other people's lives. So I think he's constantly trying to assert that, and by like laughing at this guy, and by being weird with his.
Do you think they're going to form an
dying.
alliance though? Do you think they'll end up forming that alliance?
Well, now they're like it's kind of uncomfortable and awkward, Turtle, because awkward.
I showed you my dead people. You're in.
Yeah,
What?
but then the thing happened with the assassin that
Yeah.
was coming after the cardinal in the baths.
Yeah.
Now the cardinal is like bringing assassins.
Into the house.
Yeah, bad attention.
Uh-huh.
And so I think that the crazy prince like doesn't want to have to do with
Well,
that.
isn't this cardinal kind of Judas to the Pope, anyways?
Well, do we know what the cardinal's what his mission is, what his desire is, what
He
he's
wants 'em
trying
out.
to create?
Yeah, he
He
just
wants 'em out.
doesn't want the Borgias in power at all.
Got it. Okay.
Because he already knows about the Pope having an after and having all this stuff.
Yeah,
So he knows about all that, and he also knows about the Pope using the church's crosses and the goods that the churches have and selling those off
to make
so,
just
to
fill the
buy
coffers.
So I mean, like he already knows all of that, and I think he
Right.
wants him out. But would it be any better if this guy was in? I don't know.
Right.
'Cause
No.
it's,
I mean, it's just
as
corruption
evil.
all over the place.
Any of these guys.
But you know what I thought was really interesting is the Pope, he talks a good talk when he's speaking to his son and having the audiences like here, he's talking about the Jews being expelled from Spain.
Yes.
And how, how that's not right. And
How he wants him in.
He welcomes the Moors, and we all worship the same God, and aren't we? Which is very sort of unpope-like to me in certain ways,
Yeah.
and in the sense of being so inclusive. Because generally speaking, it seems to me like the heads of any church are very much about this is our way, it's the only way, and everybody else is wrong. And so he kind of talks a good talk, but obviously, so there's part of him on the straight and narrow, and then the rest is clearly all over the place with the corruption and the murder and.
I think he kind of relates to the other cultures being outed. And he's like, oh, I'll bring them in and then I can create allies with these people rather than,
Indeed.
just leaving them out there too, because he doesn't have very many allies.
Yeah.
I mean, he just doesn't. He doesn't have anybody under his own house, in his own castle. So maybe by bringing in these people and showing that he's good
Yeah.
to these people, maybe his own people will think, okay, I'm a good person. I'm doing all this stuff. Although it probably
so
won't
all
be
for
inside
show.
its own four walls. It probably won't ever come across that way. But outside the walls, when he's, his people,
Yeah.
they will probably actually see him as like, oh, he's a good pope,
Yeah.
which
totally.
might help him stay in power or keep him from getting murdered or killed or something.
If I were him, I would not sleep. I would
Yeah.
think everyone was going to
Nobody's
kill me
gonna-
all
yeah.
the time.
Yeah, there are plenty
And
of
then
people.
that brings us to the groid, this weapon
Ooh.
of chopping a
This fruit
water-
chopping weapon.
Yes, gross.
He's so gross.
But I have to say that the assassin is my favorite character.
he's a good one. He's
My
a good one.
favorite.
He's
Wow,
the most
Look at you.
interesting, I think.
Yeah, the most intriguing because I know that so much more is going to come out of him.
Right.
Yeah,
You know?
so true.
and
so much
clearly
more.
so twisted,
Mhm.
you know. So you
So
just
messed up.
don't really know what's going to come out of him.
And a lot of symbolism throughout this whole thing. Watermelons are a symbol of feeding your hopes, but they're also means to be dishonest to a friend. If you dream about a watermelon, it means you're going to be dishonest to a friend.
Really?
Yeah.
Fascinating.
And it's also a symbol of love, desire, and bloody passion. Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
Who knew? I just thought it was a fun summer fruit.
Which it also is, but yeah.
Wow, that
I-
makes sense.
Yeah, it's pretty insane, like how much symbolism they use throughout. But
Yeah.
these guys are kind of known for it. The writers of this, Michael Hurst and Neil Jordan, they're known for using their symbolism in different things that they've done. So Johannes sitting at the Last Supper when he was in there, the assassin sitting at the Last Supper.
What was he thinking? What do you
Yeah.
think he was thinking?
I either think that he was relating to these guys and realizing they died for their sins and kind of sitting there going, you know what, I understand. Oh, it's so creepy. We're
Ugh.
watching it now. But it kind of relating with these guys almost, being put in the same room as these decrepit, falling apart creatures.
Yes.
You know, kind of seeing himself with them, maybe.
I was thinking that sitting there staring at that one guy, it was almost like he was totally desensitized to death and like
That's
horror.
that's more how I was seeing it, and that
Yeah.
he was just kind of connecting with the well, because he's an assassin and because he kills people, he was almost getting, you know, not pleasure like sexual pleasure. I mean, maybe that, okay, but just
Probably.
but
Man,
just,
probably.
you know, I know, right? But just sort of, you know, connecting with the dead and the
Yeah,
death and
definitely.
the-
Because he's like on, it's weird, but he's like on that. Those are the only people that he could really understand because those are people he's around.
And those are the ones that are silent. And he's a big fan of silence.
He's a big fan. Big fan.
Big fan.
Big fan. Big fan also of the smell of corpses.
Yeah, of corpses, you know, probably doesn't have a sense of smell.
So could they really die like that, sitting up like that? Is that possible? All those
No, I think
people?
they were posed.
Yeah,
so
they
they were
said they
stuffed.
stuffed them.
They were
But
stuffed,
like
yeah.
even when they're stuffed, they could make them
Sit
sit
like
up.
that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
I've
do they
done it
stuff
many
them
times.
with?
Oh,
You
oh
seem like an
dear.
expert.
I might leave.
I have no idea what they stuff them with. I wouldn't have a clue.
Like newspaper.
Maybe. Perhaps newspaper.
That's so.
Formaldehyde.
I can't. I'm just trying to imagine how that would. I don't even know how people
Right. And
stuff
why do
animals.
they not
but
just become like a puddle
yeah.
over time? I do not
Well,
know.
they would have to dry the flesh. It's kind of like tanning the flesh like they would
yeah.
leather.
Think of that next time everyone here goes tanning.
Uh-huh. Exactly. And then some kind of formaldehyde or something that would keep them from going completely to mush. And
Yeah.
Ew.
Ew.
Can you imagine being the person that did that?
No.
Did they
Prefer
pull out
not
their
to,
brains, I
thanks.
wonder?
They must. They must. Totally.
Yeah.
They gotta pull that out. Otherwise, take it all out
Mm-hmm.
like a turkey.
Yeah. Ew. Gross.
Yeah, I know. Ew.
And then they're now planning their next death. So I mean, they're planning the death of the cardinal, and I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea.
With the assassin
with
and
the assassin and the brother Caesar.
Yeah,
Cesare.
Cesare.
Cesare, yeah.
Caesar salad.
Caesar salad.
That's what I-
Cesare. Caesar salad.
There it is. I'm going to show you how to cut a melon. This also works with cheese.
It's like an infomercial.
Yeah.
It's like only for 4 payments of $19.99 a month,
You get to do this.
you can cut all your fruit up so
Mhm.
fast.
Gross. So the son is going to become a cardinal now.
Yes.
I don't know if he's just saying that he's going to do it just for his father, or if he's starting to enjoy being able to
I but he's clearly conflicted about it.
Yeah.
So it's that's interesting right there. But I mean, all of sort of everything is motivated by what is it? Sex, power,
murder.
money, and,
Amen.
So because it's all about grabbing the power. Marriages are alliances.
Yeah, that's the
all
time,
the meetings
too.
are
Yeah.
alliances. It's all about that. And so, a person had very little choice in what their fate was. So I would imagine a lot of people were conflicted often in that time.
The poor women at that time.
Oh goodness.
They had no rights
No, and then he was like,
whatsoever.
she was like, "What's the difference between a concubine and a mistress? I mean, and a wife?"
Yes.
Which I was thinking too. I thought that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he said you could beat one for pretty much no reason.
Yeah, the wife.
Just if she like pissed you off, the concubine, the wife too.
Uh-huh.
But you couldn't kill the wife
You
as
cannot
easily.
kill the wife.
As easily. You could still get away with it though.
Yeah, if she did something really bad,
Yeah.
like
Ugh.
walk out of the house.
And bad I think would be relative to these people.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. Walking out of the
Yeah.
house might be really bad that day.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just like obviously
He was in a really bad mood.
It's pretty obvious that the old mistress or mother of the Pope's children knows about the new mistress, and what? She just doesn't care? Is she just over it? Is she, doing the
we
cook?
did we see her this?
We did. We seen her. Yeah.
The mother.
The mother of the children.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
What is?
And she was talking about how
Oh,
they
yeah.
were going to have to marry off the daughter.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And he called her dear, and she's like, "Oh, I'm still your dear."
Oh, yeah.
I'm
After
sorry.
she called him Rodrigo, and he said, "No. My name is not Rodrigo.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's
get over
His
it.
Holiness."
Oh,
His
God.
Holiness
Ay, ay,
that
ay.
picks and
Excuse me.
chooses what he wants. Okay, well, I'm not going to have sex with you, but I'm going to have sex with my mistress. And
Yes.
you can't call me this, but
Ugh.
you what?
I know.
Power,
and
power,
technically,
power,
she's
power.
like a
Power.
mistress too.
Yeah, technically
Which
she's
is,
a mistress.
So now it's like, well, I'm over you. Gonna go with this new girl. Awful.
Yeah.
And this woman, his not wife, his number one mistress, probably. It's really, really sad because I think that she knows that she's just gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Or else, like, if it's her problem, then she has to leave.
Well,
Probably.
and again, the women didn't have any choice, so you got
Right.
to sort of figure what's the alternative to me sticking around and hanging out with this
Yeah.
guy.
right.
Yeah.
And
She's going to
agreeing to
be
the
out
scenario.
on her rear end, her behind.
Yeah.
She's going to be out there, and she's not going to have anybody protect her, which is a big thing we've noticed in this episode because
she's like a part of
everybody
that
was coming in.
family.
Yeah, she's a part of that family. She's, she's the one that had the children, and he loves his children, obviously.
clearly.
Except for the daughter, of course, because she's just like a token. Here
Yeah.
you go. Here's my daughter.
Yeah.
So when the son was becoming a cardinal, you could obviously that the Pope was conflicted on that. You could definitely see that, and I think that that's part of why he ended up agreeing. But
They both know that, like, right here, this scene right here, for
They're
those
hugging.
of you who are listening, the Pope is like hugging his son who's becoming cardinal, and it's like being in a relationship that isn't working,
It's over, yes.
but you just keep saying, "But I love you. Let's just keep going out."
yeah,
It's just like move out, move
Yeah.
out.
just let him go.
But like both of them are sad, obviously, and are conflicted because they don't. I mean, he doesn't want to be a cardinal
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
And I also wonder when the decision was made that that he was going to be the one that goes into the cloth and the other
Right.
one was going to be the one that goes into the military. Like what was that decision? Like when did that
Probably
happen?
when he was born.
When he was born, most likely. So it's like, okay, well, you turned out to be a wuss, but you got to be in the army.
Yeah,
and you turned out to
exactly.
be like the assassin go-getter. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
But maybe that's also a statement. Maybe that's a statement about like the military and also the cloth at the time.
And maybe
was-
they grew up like that because they wanted the other thing. So in defiance to what they were supposed to be,
yeah.
That's fascinating.
and they were like, "I'm not going to do this."
Yeah.
but now they have to.
I'm gonna be tough,
Yeah, exactly.
even though I'm supposed to hold a cross.
Yeah, but it's true with the Catholic Church. Then, like, basically, they were probably soldiers, but like passive aggressive ones who just sent assassins and sent
Yes.
people to kill people.
Yes, exactly.
But soldiers
God's
could
name.
just do it out in public.
I have to say that the underwear at the time were really bad.
Yeah, not the best. I think Calvin Klein has been a major improvement
Major improvement.
from times like those.
Yes.
Especially the guys that we see in these chones.
Uh-huh.
They're not the ones that I want to see in them.
No.
No, exactly.
Not at all.
Couldn't we see someone else
Yeah.
in their unders?
Just someone.
Did you find it interesting that Jonas was completely covered in the mud, and then the other two just had their faces covered?
Yeah.
Well, clearly part of it was, it seems to me, to cover the scars on his back, to give him some disguise, which obviously was foiled the minute he got into the bath.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder if that was a normal custom at the time, or if if it was just a face thing, because that would have looked just as odd.
Yes.
If everyone does only do the face,
Yeah.
to him walk in covered in, hey, I think you got a little bit too much there.
You missed your face.
You went a little all over rather than, And my favorite character, he was also in the Harry Potter, which I thought was very interesting, because he looks straight out of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
He is such a good character.
Yeah.
I just love his face and his
Straight
nose
out of there.
and
He's
his-
so like British villainy looking.
Yes, with the hair
Very
and the
much so. Very
scruffy and
Yeah.
everything.
Deadpan face.
Yes. Well, and does anybody know why they kiss the ring? I'm curious about that. Why?
Well, the ring is the Pope's seal. It's
Okay.
it's the engraved seal in it's his seal, his symbol engraved in a stone that's on his ring. And so whenever he is signing an edict or sending a letter or doing anything official, the sealing wax goes on, and then he puts his ring into it, and then it has the papal seal. So it's one of the many symbols of his particular power.
It's like
Because-
in humility to him, probably.
And when the Pope dies, that ring is destroyed. Always. Always has been, always is. It is always destroyed so that no one can use his particular seal again, because it dies
he's
with the
gone.
person who dies.
and it has like his name on it. No.
his symbol, his crest, the
Yeah,
crest that represents that Pope, that particular Pope.
Very
so
interesting.
the kissing it would be the the
symbol
of respect and honor to that person and all that he represents.
People die very brutal deaths in this. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like they find new and interesting ways of killing people.
Yeah. I don't know if it's about this time period or just like the way that the media portrays this time period. But to me, everyone who died, I mean, the mortality rate was way less, but everyone who died dies in an awful way, like really brutal way, really bloody way, and way too early and for no reason. I mean, unless they did do something, but a lot of like randos get killed. Like he's like, the poisonous person.
Yeah,
just go that way.
You're dying.
Walk that way.
Do not walk alone
with
with
him.
the assassin.
Exactly.
Just know
don't.
that whenever there are two people together and one of them is Johannes, like someone's
Turn
going
the
to
other
die.
way.
Yeah.
Someone is
Run.
going to die.
Take the left on the fork.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I loved the way that they integrated, the director or writer integrated the blood from the assassination into the blood of, hey, you're a new cardinal.
Yeah.
Love that.
Awesome.
It was very
Bloodbath.
cool. A bloodbath. Yes.
In every way.
Because you will bleed for your
And this
church.
is literally a bloodbath. This scene is like just coming up. It's
she was
perfect.
totally like, Michelle's like, no.
I know. Oh,
It's an
God.
awesome gross out episode, really.
Yeah,
the stuff
really gross.
There was
Bodies
no
and the cutting
sex
off.
though. Did you guys
Yeah,
notice?
that was the thing. Where
I
was that?
very disappointed that there was no sex.
Yeah, what are they think? They're probably trying to keep
Save
us
it up.
along. Yeah, save it up. Maybe for next episode.
But
It's
there
gonna be
could have been
crazy.
some sex.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Just a little
just
bit.
throw in like usually it's just like one random.
one
scene.
random scene, the whore bath, something.
Yeah,
Show me.
seriously,
sex.
there's something
To counterbalance it.
Yeah, I think in this time period, everyone had sex every day, probably.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe they did.
Seems like it.
Yeah, seems like it from what we see on television. Who knows if it was actually true? And then Jem showed up, which
Yes,
I was in love.
Yeah,
no.
super cute.
In love. And I didn't care that he had 4 wives. I'd be wife number 5.
Totally. Wife
right.
number 5.
Why
right
not?
there.
He seemed sweet and nice, and it was such a nice change from what was going on.
Yes.
I needed that relief in
Yeah,
this
he was
episode.
really just like charming and I don't mean ridiculously so, but just very lighthearted, and it was all about let's have fun, let's have a beautiful conversation,
Yeah.
let's have
Smooth
some
talker, for
food,
sure.
let's play a game. It's like, oh, phew,
I know.
a little bit of relief here.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. It was
And
definitely.
I loved all of the set design around him. The hanging lanterns were so beautiful, and the candles in the colored, lanterns and all his garments, and it
Yeah,
was just
so pretty.
the lush fabrics, really beautiful. really
we were talking
beautiful
about
to
that
watch.
last week, is how beautifully done the set is. Like the set design is just amazing.
Even the food in that first interview conversation between the Pope and Cesare, the how the food was on there with the the artichokes in the center and these beautiful cheese. I'm supposed to be watching them, and I'm like, oh, look at how beautiful that is. Oh, look at how gorgeous that tray is. And they take a hang on. I'm hungry, so it might be partly that. But
I just got really hungry.
all
when
of
you
the
mentioned it.
ambiance is so gorgeous.
Yes, and it's such a full scene. It's not like, and it's not like it's placed either. It's not that kind of scene.
Right.
But it's just a full scene.
Yeah.
They do a very good job of highlighting what they want to highlight.
Yes.
And so the lighting is really excellent as well. But they could have steamed out that dress.
Yeah, I suppose.
Giuliani Farnese? Was that her last name?
Oh, yeah. Something with an
mistress.
F.
Farnese, I think.
Probably that.
They could have steamed her dress just a little bit, I'm saying.
Yeah,
Looking at that red dress, steam.
Not sure what that's about.
Yeah,
I didn't even. Well, now I'm noticing it. Now that you
no,
said
the
it.
back of
I
it.
know.
The back of it is
yeah.
definitely could have
Yeah.
used a little bit of steam.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
Steaming tip
And
you
there.
can find in Maria's book, by the way.
Oh, yes. The stand-up
Yes,
steamer.
the stand-up steamer, yes.
Awesome.
Fabulous.
She should have had one of those.
Just bringing it back.
She should have read this book.
Saying.
No,
Yes.
just read the book. We love you for costume design. You're wonderful for that, but just a little. So Jem is the brother of the Sultan of Constantinople. He has 4 wives, and we learned all about concubines and wives from him, and that was wonderful. But for some reason, I just really liked him.
I liked him too.
You know,
I didn't want to like him, but it was someone
Yeah.
with like 4 wives to 1 billion concubines.
yeah, sister wives.
There's something charismatic about him.
Yes.
There definitely was.
Yeah, sister wives, old school. Way old school.
It's interesting that the Muslim people were allowed inside the castle,
Yes. Yes.
and for 40 ducats.
look at that cute face.
Yeah, I
Marianne.
know. So good looking.
Yeah. Yeah. Great.
Why did he have to die? I don't
No,
understand.
we only got 1 episode.
I
With him.
know.
I'm sad.
And even when he was dying, he looked hot.
I know.
I'm sorry, but
That's
I
beautiful.
think that they really need to consider writing in some characters that you can like, because I'm worried that it's going to become all
Yeah.
characters that you don't like.
Yeah.
Just death and destruction and murder and
Yeah, and that's cool up to a point, but you have to have somebody to root for. And I'm not rooting for anybody. I was rooting for Jem for 1 episode,
Yeah.
maybe like half an episode. You
Yeah.
know? So they really need to be careful, I think, in that sense.
Well, I think Lucretia is going to potentially be that, could be that person because
Yeah.
she's clearly going to be playing an important role as history goes on. And
Yeah. And she's considered the femme fatale of the Renaissance, is what I was reading.
Yeah, I was going to say you said that earlier.
Yeah,
That's
she's
crazy.
the femme fatale of the Renaissance. And in like real history, she married 3 times. She had lots of lovers, and she also had 10 babies. So look forward to that.
At least.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look forward to that.
10 of them.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert,
Yeah.
apparently.
Spoiler alert.
And she started at 14, so she got a head start on that.
Ooh.
Head start. But in like a lot of the Renaissance paintings that she was painted, and 1 boob was showing. So she was very, what would be the word for it?
Boobalicious?
Boobalicious, maybe. She got around. We'll put it
Yeah.
that way. She got around.
And also probably like she's a mom, so she's like,
I was going to say, is that a symbol of nurturing
Yeah.
or her nurturing nature?
Not as they
No.
put it,
No.
but
Okay.
yeah, more like she got around. She was known for getting around.
Harlot?
crazy.
Bit of a harlot. Yeah, so I mean, love and marriage, best thing in life, are sad. That's what Cesare.
Cesare. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Caesar
I wrote
salad,
it. I
man.
always was writing it phonetically.
Okay.
Every time
yeah,
I wrote it
should
phonetically.
start doing that.
Chess. I'm writing it right now. Cesare. So the Cesare and his sister were having a little heart-to-heart about love and marriage and how
Very
they don't
close,
go.
very physically
Very-
close
Yes.
together.
like this
Yes.
As all heart-to-hearts are.
Yes.
with them.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah. Family
almost
members.
heart to heart. Almost, here's my boobs on your chest.
Yeah.
Even though you're my brother, it's okay
Yeah.
because we're both hot.
Was that
and
still
young.
was that a stigma then? Not so much.
Incest?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. it
Because I know that the people married their
but
cousins.
not for but not siblings.
Oh, not
not
direct siblings. I could see why that's messed up.
Yeah, we were discussing earlier, like what age did they decide? Hey, we're attracted to each other.
Yeah.
Is it 9,
Right.
8 years old?
Right.
Yeah, and like yeah, and she's like she seems like a lot younger. I don't know if she just looks young, but that's kind of weird because it's like his little sister, and she looks like
very
a child,
little
like,
sister.
acts like a child.
Incestuous pedophile. Is
Yeah,
what he is.
exactly.
basically.
Yes.
Pretty
Gross.
much, yeah.
Or cool,
Fantastic.
since we wanted more,
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
What does
We're
that
like
make us?
exactly.
But they, you know what? Maybe they were in this episode not giving us any of the sex because there were so many sweet scenes between Jem and the.
Right, and we were going to lose him by the end of the episode, so
So,
we had to get it all in.
Yeah, so we just had to
Yeah.
get that sweet side of her. So next episode, maybe we feel bad for her when she starts in a bad marriage, if that's what it's going to end up being.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that's the kind of path they're trying to lead us on. It's like, no, but she can be sweet and nice, and then all of a sudden, bad marriage.
Yeah, I know. Well, okay, so they were talking about a dowry.
Yes, a dowry.
So
Yes.
I was kind of confused as to why she got all the money after he died. Like I was just missing that. kind of.
Because the brother, I
The
think it was the
Sultan of
brother,
Constantinople.
the son,
Constantinople.
yes, wanted him dead
Wanted him dead.
because he was too nice,
Oh.
obviously.
and told the Pope that.
Yes.
Told the Pope
He
that.
said, you can keep him there for 40,000 ducats a year, but if you deliver his body back without being alive, 400,000.
Yeah. Wow.
400,000.
Yeah.
I wonder how much money that is, or like
Yeah.
in relation
Right,
to
is
their
that-
culture at their time.
Yeah.
Like I wonder how much money that was to them because
No
they said they
idea.
needed the money.
Yeah.
But then last episode they said that they weren't going to be in poverty, so I didn't understand that. But that's okay. I was just a bit confused.
And
at
they
that
were
time.
friends before, like this Jem and Lucretia. Yeah, they seem like they knew each other before. Are they like family friends?
I don't know, but it very much seemed like they
Yeah.
had,
Yeah.
they had a history.
I mean, the brothers were calling him brother.
I think they just kind of fast forwarded it for us a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to kind of show that, okay.
I guess we don't know how long
here's
he's been
this-
staying there.
Yeah. You don't know how long he's been staying there throughout this episode to where they got to where they were sitting in like the nice picnic with the scarves and
Yeah, that was
things.
nice.
Kind of beautiful.
But I think that they were trying to show us something with him when they said that he wanted to become a priest.
Yeah.
When Jem decided that, I'm going to give you a confession, and that my confession is I'm giving up my faith for yours because I
yeah.
think your faith is better.
Yeah. Do you think he knew that he was like in danger or something?
Well,
I don't
know.
think
I mean, he seemed really just innocent and guileless when
Yeah.
he was doing that confession. I, for a second, was thinking, is he giving up his religion to convert to Christianity because he wanted to be with Lucretia?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That was actually one of the considerations. And I thought, but he's coming off so just genuine and sweet and talking about how loving your people are and all of that. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but it could be either or both.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
But that was a bombshell for sure.
It was a bombshell, and it was like, you know, Christians love one another, and they have so much charity, and then as
you
he
have
was
shown me such kindness.
You showed me such kindness. I mean,
not for long,
it
Mr.
almost.
know
I
what's
think that
coming.
was just a little too in your face, though. It was a little too like.
On the nose.
Yeah.
It could have been a little bit less, a little smoother, maybe getting into that. I think, and they could have kept him around for a couple episodes,
or to have more of a lead up of that to that.
Yeah.
You know, with him having that conversation spread over, you know, a little bit of time, not just all in one.
So you get attached and stuff. I think he should have at least been there for 3 episodes.
Yeah.
He's good looking
naked
enough
in
for
one
it.
at least.
Right.
Yeah.
Or they
With
could have
those
fake
underwear,
killed
that
him.
could have been fine.
They could have fake killed him. They could have burnt him and sent like the body back, and then like now you've got, you know, I
Give
personally
us the money, right?
Yeah. Then give us the money. I'm sorry that he's charred. It wasn't supposed to happen this way.
Right.
And then have him like hidden, and then Chicky can go down there. What did we call her last week? Dumbo could could go down and like visit him. Dumby. Yes, that was what we called her last week. Could go down there and like visit. I wanted him there. I'm a little upset about
I know,
that.
you know, and I wonder if, I was reading an interview with Jeremy Irons in LA Magazine, and he said a lot of stuff about this new show, and he said that it's like really fun to play the part, and that he's thinks like in admiration of all the actors and stuff. He also said that the show is really, really close to how it actually happened in history, and that they try and stay really close to like realistically how it happened. And so that could be that. Yeah. But then I'm sure they're gonna have to. I mean, there's enough drama in their lives to like not fabricate. I'm sure.
Well, I was reading on Wikipedia, and the like one of the first sentences that described the Borgias was became prominent in ecclesiastical and political affairs in the 14 and 1500s. Today, they are remembered for their corrupt rule. When one of them became pope, they were accused of adultery, symmetry, theft, rape, bribery, incest, and murder. And that is like straight out of like what it is. That's what it is.
The tagline.
And like it's very interesting. Like you were saying.
The
like,
one other thing that they are known for is being patrons of the arts.
Yes.
You know, which I'm sure is going to come out later, and I think that's fascinating. Well, and they're talking about Da Vinci doing the portraits throughout this, so that's going to be a really interesting storyline to see how that flourishes and develops. I think.
Yeah.
They showed us last episode. They showed us a bit of that when Juliana Farnese,
the mistress,
the mistress,
the Pope's mistress,
mistress 2, or 1 now,
depending on how you look at it.
got her portrait done, and and that was in the last episode.
Yes, and his daughter got her.
Yes,
she wanted. Once she saw that she's like has this weird relationship with the mistress. It's I don't understand.
Yeah, it's more like a older sister.
Yeah.
You know, like this is what you have to do to keep your man. This is what you have to do to have control over your man. And remember, once you get a certain age, then you're done for. So you have to use your wits to stay.
Yeah, you have to be smart.
You have to be very smart about it. And like that's one thing that she's started saying. And it's kind of like, okay, someone else educated her a long time ago in the same exact thing.
Yes, and you can really tell.
Yeah.
But they were painting, and but he didn't get a painting of mistress number 1, mother of his children. And so she
got mad.
That's how she knew, right?
That's how she knew.
She was on the outs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
of that.
Yeah, he was like sleeping with her because
And also in the first episode, there was a scene where the Pope was looking at what was being painted on the wall. They never said anything about it, but like that was one of the first glimpses of like he was staring at it and checking it all out. Oh, I wanted to mention this black hole back here. Yes. This is in the process of being changed. Right now we have a black hole, but hopefully soon there will not be a black hole back here.
Yeah.
So we're working on it. New things, good things, exciting things coming.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive. AfterBuzz TV. AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
we're still being exclusive.
Yeah.
It's just
Apparently.
such exciting news
It's
because
so exciting.
Very exciting.
wait until you see what's going there.
Oh yeah. I almost broke it earlier. What was going on in front? So.
Oh yeah, but you were just mad in a rage.
I was in a
because
rage.
Jem
Yes.
got
there was no
kicked off.
incest. I was very upset.
I know, like do something. Give us a kiss. Give us closer.
Something I want to see it.
I know.
I don't want to, but
I wonder when they're gonna like give into that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, but you know, it was when I was reading her bio, her like real bio. It happened, so, or at least it's rumored to happen. So it probably did.
Probably
Most rumors
totally
are
did.
based on something
Yeah,
true.
especially in history.
Yeah,
Mhm. Exactly. So the dowry ends up happening in the end, but it's a lot more than what was originally agreed on.
Far more complicated.
Yeah. Why does that happen? Why was there more? There was like another 400,000 for his funeral and another
know.
100,000 for this, and thank you for taking care of him, and blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
Because he was probably like, thanks so much, so much. You'll get flowers from me for the rest of your life. Like, I don't understand. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean,
I guess it's a good relationship. because
yeah.
Now
and
you
he's
know,
really, really grateful.
and
happy.
really, really rich.
Yeah.
Really, really rich.
I wonder why they wanted the brother to be kicked out of there.
Yeah, I did. If they talked about it, I missed it.
I think I missed a lot in this episode with stuff like that, just because like there was a lot of different news storylines they were telling us about.
Yeah, I felt
More
like
had
that
to do.
too.
It was more of a political one than the first one was.
Definitely.
You know, like, hey, we're going to become friends with Naples, and
Yeah.
hey, we're going to take in all the Spanish people, and
Yeah.
hey, we're going to do this. So, I mean, I thought that was very interesting how they did that as well.
But generally speaking, you would think that if he wanted his brother out, it would be because he was a threat. I mean, that's sort of the sign of the times.
Totally.
Yeah, but it looked like the brother was older than the younger brother.
Older than Jem.
Older than Jem. So,
Yes.
I mean, maybe still a threat, but younger.
And Jem, he knew that that's why he was
Yes,
there.
he did. He said it when he was in the bed. He's like, they got to him. They got to blah, blah, blah. Because the guy that was making his drink, and he had him arrested.
Another rando killed,
Yep.
probably.
Yes,
Yep.
most likely.
Just got in the way.
Just left and right.
How many died? Four died this episode, I think. I was
Yeah.
trying to tally. 4 died.
There were 3 guards in the bath in Sulphur
Oh,
Bath.
so I didn't
yeah,
count those guys.
Those,
And
because
then
it was
7.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Blackamoor and the guy, the head chef or whatever he was.
Yeah.
You know, there was all kind. It was
Oh,
going
yeah.
all over the place.
He died, and there was lots of that. Do you think that the cardinal's going to get killed? The cardinal that's against
De
him?
La Robia.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. It's
Yeah.
a matter of time.
Yeah. I'm surprised it didn't happen this
I
episode.
shouldn't do
very
predictions yet. I'm sorry.
Oh,
whoops.
We'll do more predictions later. And then also when Jem got poisoned, he said, "Forgive me for your shirt."
I know.
Because again, to the bitter end, just dear and sweet Jem.
Yeah.
He didn't belong in those times, I think. He just
You belong now
didn't belong
in my arms.
In your arms. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll get a picture of him for you.
Be like, you can bleed on my shirt. It's totally fine.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. And then after they killed him, Cesare and Juan said that is the end of the first lesson.
There ends the first lesson.
I know.
As if he were reading from the gospel.
Yeah, seriously.
Fascinating.
Yeah. And your first lesson is here's how you finish off a guy because you screwed up in the first place.
Right. Right.
So bad.
So bad. Oh, and then you could tell Juan was felt so guilty about
Yes.
suffocating him. I mean, he still did
Yes,
it. He
yes.
didn't- but it was just,
Well, that's an awfully personal way to kill someone.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
You know, right? You're looking in their face, and then you're covering.
And
their
then to
face,
make
and
it
it's
even
just so-
worse, he was like, please console me. Please help me. I'm
Yeah,
suffering.
I'm suffering. Talk to me. Give me kind words.
You're-
and then
I'll
he's like,
console you, mister.
I know.
and he said, he's like,
you
a
want to
pillow?
cry on a pillow?
So bad.
Yeah, he knew. He knew.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
That's a bad way to die.
I
Really bad way
know.
to
I
die.
wonder. Oh, because they had
What's
to
in
keep
the Wonder
him.
Ball?
Yeah.
I wonder. And do you think the sister Dumby is going to end up wearing
Lucretia?
white?
No, she's not typical. You know, you said she's like the femme fatale. I think she's gonna end up wearing like red or something.
Yeah, and they were getting her all and that's when they were together. Fernacy and her were together.
Yes, she
during
was
that.
telling her like what to wear. She's like, "Don't wear white. Wear this."
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh.
They're like some alliance going on.
Yeah, and then in the next week's episode, they were showing us some kissing. Did you catch that?
Between
girl kissing.
Oh,
Girl kissing.
because I was gonna say
GOG.
their relationship is like flirty, very flirty, and I was thinking like maybe Lucretia's relationship with everyone is flirty.
Right. Could
and,
be.
And I kind of sensed that was gonna happen, so that's
Yeah.
exciting.
I think it is exciting.
Can we talk just a little bit about her dresses, though? I mean, they're
Yeah.
so lovely.
Yes.
and
Amazing.
Layered.
We are
and
going
again,
to talk
beautiful
about the
fabrics.
costuming and just a few, actually. But
All right.
overall, good episode,
Good episode.
Yeah,
I'm satisfied.
For sure.
satisfying episode. I really do hope, though, that they give us some characters to love.
I know.
Because as of right now, I'm disappointed that they killed Jem. I'm a little disappointed that the original mistress wasn't made to be a good character that's like a motherly character.
Yeah.
But more bitter.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly,
the
yeah.
mother of the children is kind of bitter,
Yeah.
where I would prefer her to be like a mom.
Yeah.
That's like, okay, you're doing that, but I am still going to protect my children.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm going to protect my daughter, and you better do this for me.
Yeah.
Because you're screwing around, you better do this for me.
Yeah.
I would have preferred that.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see. You know, we'll have to see what's going to happen next. I'm excited for next week.
Me too.
Me too.
I am very, very excited. And we have to go to a commercial.
Want to find out what the AfterBuzz is about?
Janice is a drama queen.
This is the divide that is going to carry the series.
Give us a call at 347-855-8269.
This television, and they want it to be as dramatic as possible.
I mean, it's Shakespearean.
You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Get in on the AfterBuzz. 347-855-8269.
Now, in the eyes of Jimmy, Nucky is a villain.
Listen on iTunes.
I mean, who would you guys rather hear that from?
Find us on Facebook.
Your husband or your best friend?
Follow us on Twitter.
But then she's trying to kill him, so it justifies it. I'm like, oh, now it makes sense.
And visit us at AfterBuzzTV.com.
The wig will come off. That wig come off, baby. Oh, what?
Boardwalk Empire. Desperate Housewives. Glee. Gossip Girl. Breaking Bad. Mad Men. True Blood. The Walking Dead. Big Love. Jersey Shore. The Oscars. Celebrity Rehab. The Emmys. If it's hot, you can bet we'll be buzzing about it.
So this week in our special segment, let's talk about costuming.
Yeah, let's.
Giovanni Lipieri is the costume designer. She's doing costume and wardrobe for this. And she's amazing.
Completely amazing. And the thing is that, you know, when every single item that these people are wearing, every single one is made from scratch. And the thought behind each piece is clearly so heavily researched, and you know, there's so much work in everything that you see. It's just incredible to me.
It's amazing too that she must have gone off of the paintings, because I was looking up some paintings from that time and of the Borgias, and a couple of the paintings we've already seen scenes of. We've already seen.
Really?
Yeah. There's this great scene of the family, and it's exactly like everybody is positioned in the same place.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're definitely taking from paintings or taking from all the research and putting it into this.
Yeah.
She has worked on The Sorcerer's Apprentice, Rabbit Hole, Nine, Agora. She's now working on Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter. I mean, she's worked on so many different things that she obviously is really, really good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what else she brings to it.
Yes.
You know, I can't wait to see the wedding dress.
Yes.
whatever
Yes.
it ends up being.
And the jewelry as well.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
another thing that's really fascinating because again, you're
So
taking
true.
from periods and trying to create something that's going to look beautiful and flattering to the people that you're dressing, but also make it look, authentic and appropriate. But the jewelry, the crowns, and all of that stuff is just really fantastic, I must say.
Yeah, his cardinal outfit is even like really, really nicely made. Like all the gold stuff here. It's really, really amazing.
It's fabulous.
And they go through them
Good
like
job.
like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Change.
Right.
just
She was
change.
in the Mistress One
Mm.
was for Nacy. She was in 3 different dresses in the very few scenes that she was in.
Mhm.
And even the one with the cardinal's arm all around her, oh my gosh, what was that scene? And like had her stay when
Oh, yes.
when he
Yes.
came in.
Yes.
I can't wait to see what happens there.
Yeah.
If he calls him out on
Some-
it or not. you
Some
know?
Right.
Some's gonna go down.
If
Right.
Cesare calls out the Pope and is like, you can't do that. But it'll be interesting to see. Great job costuming. Thank you so
Can't
much.
wait to see more.
Yes. Please bring us our news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So The Borgias, written, directed, and created and co-produced by Neil Jordan, opened up on Sunday, April 3rd, and achieved Showtime's highest premiere rating since 2003. It was even up 20% on mega hit The Tudors' premiering figures. No thoughts?
One thing I would say is just obviously people who are fans of the Tudors, transferred to becoming fans of the Borgias, and so of course they would get bigger numbers because it's just going to grow from there. Oh, I heard the Tudors was fantastic. I didn't see it, but I'm definitely going to watch the Borgias, that sort of thing. So.
Yeah, definitely. And it looked really cool. I mean, even the previews for it and the advertising.
Yeah, there have been
stuff.
billboards all around.
I know,
town.
yeah.
I've been like, when?
Yeah,
when is this coming?
I don't
This is
remember seeing that for
amazing.
the Tutors even. Like,
Yeah,
all
I
they
do
did have a
remember.
lot for the Tudors. They
I
did.
do remember.
I do too.
And I remember just how rich that whole show looked as well. But I mean, Neil Jordan worked on Interview with a Vampire. He worked on The Crying Game. He's worked on so many different things. He's wrote on so many different things. Like, he's an incredible writer that tells an incredible story. And then Michael Hirst has worked on so many different period pieces. He was on Elizabeth, The Golden Ages, Camelot, Tudors, like so many things. So these guys obviously know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, seriously.
Those are my thoughts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's the first American TV series for Lotte Verbeek, who co-stars as the beautiful Julia Farnese, the younger mistress of Jeremy Iron Pope Alexander VII, claiming six, knowing that she is a mistress, the most uninteresting thing would be to have a lot of sex scenes.
Even though we want them.
Yeah, what?
Well, listen to what she says. She says, you know that's happening. I think the stuff around it is far more interesting to portray. That's where you start to wonder, so what else happens? And why? What's with the age difference? Verbeek laughs. I was actually pleasantly surprised on how much value she has to his life. And the fact that she's eventually much more than a mistress. You'll see that later on. She's not a typical mistress. She's far from the cliche. She's talking about not only to use her beauty as a woman, but also your wit and intelligence. And I think that's exactly what she's doing.
Yeah, and she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Oh my God.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. I was just like staring
Yes.
at her.
And she's 29 too.
Is she?
Yep. I wanted to see how old she was.
Yeah, I mean, totally. Now I'm gonna look all that stuff up.
Beautiful. Oh, gorgeous girl. Good job, you. And I don't necessarily completely agree. I think that it would be nice to see sex scenes in every episode. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I like seeing sex scenes.
Yeah. She
Builds
probably has to
attention.
justify it since she doesn't have anything to do with the writing. Maybe she does. But yeah, I think it would be interesting too. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I'm okay with it. As long as, every once in a while there's some sex going on, I'm good.
Yeah.
All right, and that's your AfterBuzz Borgias news and gossip for the week of April 10th, 2011. Sex sells, people.
It does.
It does.
So true.
And people want to see it, especially if they're not having it.
And now,
Especially.
your AfterBuzz TV.
Predictions. All right, so what do you guys think? Gonna get married next week? Is there gonna be a wedding next week?
Yeah. Well, no, they weren't promoting it, but it's gonna come soon.
It's going to come
me.
soon. Yeah.
Because we got to get moving on.
Seems to me that they're going to get married next week.
All right, good.
I would think they would wait a week, but I have a feeling they're gonna get right into it.
Yeah, they're getting right into things.
Yeah.
So that's my guess.
And they're so good at getting into things. It's like, give me a little more.
Yeah.
I want a little more.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see that the Pope is kind of a little woozy about stuff.
Yeah.
I want to see that. I want to see the tension between the Pope and the car. I want to see more.
Yeah.
Give me a little more of
But
stuff.
clearly, they're trying to cover a lot of ground because
Yes.
this
Yeah.
family has quite a dynasty.
They do.
And so, they're kind of having to gallop
Yeah.
along because they've got some ground to cover.
Very
so.
true.
So perhaps a wedding next week. Will there be incest kissing?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Right?
I think it's going to be Julian and the sister.
Oh, yes.
and Lucretia.
Yeah,
right.
Lucretia.
But and either one of them could be either Julian or Cesare could be very motivated to show her their feelings just before she's getting married.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
So-
because that's what always
That's what
happens.
always happens. Exactly.
And it was showing too on previews that the mother isn't going to be allowed at the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what that's going to do with the relationship between father and daughter.
That's so intense.
Yes. Yeah. Fascinating.
like
That's a great.
At her own
cliffhanger.
daughter's wedding.
Yeah. Is she going to completely turn her back? Is she going to... Ooh, that's one story I read, but you guys are going to have to wait. But yeah, like I wonder if she's going to end up turning her back on her father because of that.
Right.
That'll be a very interesting storyline as well.
Mm.
Lots of fun stuff. Thank you guys so much for
Can't
joining
wait
me.
for the next
Thank you.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.